So Julio Giron asks, what colour do you? She's got a blue Merle. Wants to know what colour you put down on the AKC litter registration. And the answer is.
You say it.
Well, there is not a Merle. So the problem you've got, it's not a problem. The thing about registration forms for the AKC is that all the colours there are basically colours that are approved for the show ring. So that's going to be brindles, fawns, creams, pieds. So if you've got a dog that's not those, i.e. it's a blue or chocolate or a lilac or a Merle, that won't be on the form, and you just got to put something down. And what I do is, if it's a brindle dog, I put brindle down. If it's not a brindle dog, I put fawn down. That's it. It just shows up on the form, and it doesn't really matter on anything else. There are ways that you can send in a picture of a dog, if it's blue, for instance, to get blue on the form.
Yeah, but you just waste your time doing
Pretty much.
that.
We don't do it.
It takes 2 weeks before you get an answer back,
exactly.
and they tell you,
Or longer.
just put this, what we're just now telling
right.
you.
Yeah, you maybe delay your litter registration. Exactly right. Okay, next one. Cali Tracking is asking about PG levels, progesterone levels for whelp. And it says some people say 2, others say 3 or less. Which is it for the WANFO? 3 or less. So, and I mean, I'll go a bit higher than 3 if I've got a dog that is getting late on. I mean, 3.5 will work if I've got a dog that's like day, normally it's day 61 from AI. If it's day 63, then I might make that a little bit higher. But basically, 3, I've never gone wrong with the number of 3. I used to say 2.5 on an IDEX, by the way. I still say 3 now. Somebody's asking a similar question: what progesterone number to breed for the largest litter? Well, regardless of largest litter, the right time to breed is always the best time, and the best time on an IDEX is a 15 for a vaginal and a 20 to 25 for a surgical or a transcervical. And with a WANFO, that would be a 17 to a 20 for a vaginal and a 25 to 30 for a TCI or an SI, or on a mini Vitus, it would be a 28 to a 35 for a vaginal and a 40 plus for a TCI or a surgical. There you go. Somebody's asking about the AW gene so on the A locus, there's the A gene, which is the recessive black. 2 copies of that makes for a solid color. There's the AT gene. 2 copies of that makes for a tan-pointed dog if there's no brindle present. The AY gene. 2 copies of that makes a fawn dog if no brindle is present. And there's the AW, which is the wolf gene, which is not there in French bulldogs. So it's there in things like, I guess, huskies and things like that have the AW gene. And I'm not an expert on those, so I can't tell you exactly how this shows up. But that's what the AW gene is. It's not there for Frenchies.
And James has 2 copies of the PW gene.
I don't even want to ask what the PW gene is.
You don't?
Pussy whipped. I don't know. What is
That's
it?
It is pussy whipped.
I got it right. See, I do know about genetics. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear.
That's my funny for the weekend. It's Friday.
Yeah.
It's Friday night in the big town.
All right. So, Jody Monet says, that litter of your Euro Hero, she wants them all. Well, you can't have them all because just about all of them are gone.
Well, when I get that deposit, it'll make them all gone.
There's one that's not gone,
Yeah.
right?
No. Yeah. Well, 2.
Yeah.
I gotta have deposits before they're sold. That I can say they're sold. So.
Let's have a look here. Progesterone testing.
Every breeder's nightmare, I think.
1-2 says, me watching thinks I can learn to do this. Yeah, absolutely you can learn to do this. Progesterone testing is not difficult. The hardest part's pulling the blood, and it ain't that difficult.
What?
Ain't that difficult.
Ain't?
Ain't.
Did you say ain't?
I'm speaking Okie here, Tammy. Quit PWing on me.
Don't PW on me.
So people get worried about pulling blood because they think they're going to hurt their dog. You're not. I mean, you can make it. Look, I mean, I don't want to pretend like you're just. It's like you can close your eyes and just stab the dog and get blood, because it's not that way. It does
practice
take.
on an orange like nurses do.
How do they get blood out of an orange?
They don't get blood, but they practice on an orange.
They do?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, the hard part about pulling blood on a dog is finding the vein, especially on small dogs when they're wriggling around. So it can be a bit tricky at times. But practice makes perfect, and I promise you, you're not going to hurt the dog in the attempt of doing this. CVZO6LZX says marketing seems crazy tough right now.
Oh yeah.
I've got 3 females that are all still available.
Wow, females.
Yep, so typically the females sell sooner than the males. And so Susan Brocksmith said here, drop prices like the rest of us and advertise on Facebook groups, and that's exactly right. You've got to, you know, as you get closer to the time these puppies have to have new homes, start dropping prices. I mean, eventually they're going to sell. If you get to zero, if you get to -$5, I promise you'll have a line of people out there by your door. But it is tough, it is difficult, but you know, we're getting it done, and you can too. And you know, be respective of your buyers, and they're going to demand more of you than they normally do because they've got choices.
Patience.
This is another one for patience right here. Danielle Adam says, my female just turned 2 and has not had a litter. We've been doing progesterone tests each heat cycle, but her numbers never go up high enough to breed. Last cycle we tested, through day 21, numbers would go up and down, but never over 10.73. What could be going on? Well, Susan Brocksmith's replied to this correctly, and that is go get an ultrasound done and see if she's got a uterine, either a thyroid problem, there's a blood panel to find out, or possibly a cyst.
I thought a thyroid problem wouldn't let them have a heat cycle.
Well, no. Well, she's not having a proper heat cycle. So she's having a heat cycle that doesn't get above a 7. Something's up with this girl. It could be a cyst, it could be a thyroid, and it might be something else. But I would start by doing an ultrasound to see if there's any cyst present, which can be removed. And a thyroid, if she's got low thyroid, you give a synthetic thyroid. So those are the things to try. It's an unusual situation. So there was a video from some time ago that I made an inappropriate comment on it, which I apologised about, and I've since taken that. That was a 2-year-old video.
I don't know where I was.
You were there, you were there. Yeah, and when I said it, you frowned and you said, James, don't do that, which is correct. And so I just want to say here again. And Susan said, us older folks aren't exactly politically correct. That's true, right? We come from a different generation. And then so Chris Philiboo said, right, too many people are sensitive these days. Well, we are more sensitive about it. I mean, you know, when we need to be aware of this. So, you know, I can put I'm a bit of a jokester and a bit of a teaser, and that gets me in trouble occasionally. And I mean, a lot. I never mean to offend people, and if I do say something to offend anybody, look, just take it down that I'm a silly old bugger, because that's what I am.
Not senile old bugger.
Soon to be senile old bugger, right?
No,
exactly.
Senile now.
Okay, senile now. Thank you, Tammy, for all the encouragement. So anyway, enough on that. Again, I did take it down so nobody else will see it.
Yeah.
Gracie Hochstetler. What's up?
I have a car accident.
I've subscribed to you, but thanks so much for the series. Oh, but this is okay. She says that we've got great information. It's so hard to come by. Well, that's exactly right. I mean, I think that this is the problem. Is that, you know, again, I don't want to toot my own horn here too hard, but the problem I see is this: I see not enough information being given out, too much waffling, like I'm doing right now. And the second thing is incorrect information that's not backed up by some kind of reasonable scientific evidence behind what's going on. But enough of that. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Bye. Watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.